Today we are going to talk about huge changes to itineraries, a lot to think about with this, as well as what is going on in the Bahamas and some suggestions I've got for you if you are going to travel to the Bahamas on a cruise or otherwise. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, it's January 30th of 2024, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please hit that subscribe button? We're looking forward to having you with us. We need you to share your expertise and your experience with us, and so thank you very much for joining us, and if you appreciate my updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? Thank you so very much. Well, today Carnival Corporation announced huge itinerary changes for 12 of their ships across the different cruise lines that Carnival Corporation holds. Now, we mostly talk around here an awful lot about the changes and everything going on Princess as well as Holland America. So I'm going to talk to you about those as well as some things I think we need to keep in mind. Now, first of all, like I said, they have announced these big changes today. The cruises that these affect are going to be sailing very soon. So I know that this takes a lot of people by surprise, and both of the itineraries, both for the Island Princess and for the Zeterdom on Holland America, they are sweeping changes. It's going to be such a different cruise than what people signed up for. As I think about this, let me tell you a couple of things I want you to keep in mind as we talk about this, and that I really want to hear from you on. I really think a lot here as I talk to you, and I wish the conversation could go back and forth all the time, but I want you to know that I feel like it does when you leave a comment for me. I always enjoy reading your comments. It really helps a lot of other people as well, and then it becomes more of a conversation, so thank you. Now, I want to just provide a little bit of perspective here. Historically, it has been that a lot of going to all of these places in the world and a lot of the remote regions was really pretty much reserved for a lot of either not cruise ships at all or for some of the smaller luxury ships to go to these places. It has really just been in the last few years that a lot of the larger cruise lines have gone to so many different locations all over the world, which really and truly, I think, opens us up to having our travel impacted by more of the events that are unfolding worldwide. So as we think about these changes, kind of formulate in your mind what you would do if you were booked on one of these cruises, and let's come together to really try to support everybody who is disappointed that is on one of these cruises. And I've got a couple of thoughts for you. So let me tell you the changes first. So the Island Princess was due to set sail out of Dubai, and they're going to end in Rome. After that is the transatlantic. So when we think of the Island Princess sailing from Dubai, they were initially going to be very much centered in the Eastern Mediterranean. They were going to be visiting a couple of days in Egypt. They were going to get to go to Jordan. They were going to Oman. Lots of over to Egypt for Ephesus, a lot Crete, Rhodes, all of the places that we think about a lot in the Eastern Caribbean. That's where they were going to go. But since they can no longer go through the Red Sea to transit the Suez Canal because of everything occurring there with fighting, they have to go around Africa instead. And so rather than leaving from Dubai, they are going to depart from Cape Town, Africa. I think it's nice. They're going to have an overnight there in Cape Town. They're going to get to have a port stop in Namibia, which was not on their original itinerary. Then they're going to have 7 sea days. They're going to go through the Cape Verde Islands. They're going to go to Santa Cruz de Tenerife in Spain, stop at the Canary Islands, call in Morocco, Portugal, Sevilla, Spain, Barcelona, Marseille, Toulon for Provence in France there, Genoa, Italy, Florence, Italy, and then end up in Rome as originally scheduled. So that cruise has changed significantly. And what is Princess going to do about it? So if you booked your flights through Princess Easier, they are going to reroute your flights for you, and you are going to get your updated flights by February 15th. And mind you, this cruise is going to set sail on March 6th. So this is really close range that they have had to make these changes. In addition to that, they are offering up to $1,500 a person to cover the cost in changing your flights if you booked your own flights. All right, that's another thing Princess is offering. And then finally, everyone on that cruise gets to have a 15% future cruise credit. You can apply it to a new booking. You can apply it to a booking you've already got that is not paid in full. You just need to book it by November 30th of 2024 and sail by December 31st of 2025. Finally, they're also going to give everyone on board a $300 onboard credit. As a goodwill gesture, quite frankly, so that people can spend that during the course of their cruise. So that is the big difference there. I will point out that they are suggesting that if you have to make changes on your flights, if you will submit it to your travel insurance first and see what they will pay, and then whatever they don't pay, then submit to Princess for a refund. And they've got a link that they are giving everyone that's affected by that so that they can fill out the form on the Princess website. Now, what is going on with the segment of the World Cruise? So that is a segment of the World Cruise on the Island Princess. The Itinerary is also doing a World Cruise, and how they put them in different segments, and there is a segment that is being affected by that. I'm going to admit, if I were sailing on the Island Princess, or I were sailing on Holland America, I really like the itinerary that Holland America came up with instead. I don't really know, because I don't know what really impacts how the cruise lines determine how they're going to go. But instead of departing from Dubai, now the Itinerary is going to depart on that same day on April 5th from Victoria in the Seychelles. And they are going to have some port stops in some really cool places. They're going to stop in Zanzibar, Tanzania. They're having an overnight there, where they're going to have, as the people embark there in Victoria in the Seychelles, they are going to have an overnight there. They get to go to 2 ports in Namibia. They're going to stop in Ghana. They're going to stop in Gambia. They're going to stop in Cape Verde. They're also going to Mozambique. Like, how cool is that? In South Africa, they're having 2 overnights in Cape Town, South Africa. Then as they, that cruise ends in Fort Lauderdale, so as they cross, they're going to stop in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Now, Holland America is handling it a little bit different, what they are doing for their people. If you booked your flights with Holland America with FlyEase, and you want to keep them as they are, and so that you can still go to Dubai on your way there, they will book for you at their expense an economy ticket that runs from Dubai over to Victoria in the Seychelles, so that you can get there to embark on the ship. The same thing goes if you are if you booked your own flights and you still want to go to Dubai rather than rerouting yourself. You can still go to Dubai, see what you want to see, and then they will pay for a one-way ticket for you to get from Dubai over to the Seychelles. The other thing that Holland America is doing, which I think is great, is they are giving everyone on board the ship a 15% future cruise credit, just like Princess is, and you just need to book it by December 31st of 2024 and sail by December 31st of 2025. Also, they are giving a $500 onboard credit to everybody on board, and it's just to go towards, you can use it for whatever you want, but they are thinking it might go towards the cost of any more excursions that you would like to book. And then the other thing that goes with what they are doing, if you booked your independent air, they are also giving you a $500 onboard credit to kind of go towards any expenses that you maybe had with rerouting your flights. So it's nice you're going to have all that money to be able to apply however you would like. And I don't know what documentation they are going to want to see as they give you that $500 onboard credit for your independent flights. Or maybe they're just going to give everyone that book their own independent flights that onboard credit. So I'm looking forward to hearing what everyone lets us know. Are you booked on any of these cruises? I know that we do have a few Let's Go family members who are booked on these cruises. So let me know how all of this is working out for you. Now, the really hard thing that comes up with this is if you are booked on one of those cruises and you had your heart set, which is usually why you book something, on going to see the things that you were going to see. Like I said, that Island Princess was going to be taking people over to see Egypt and to see Jordan and like all the places over in that region, and now you're not even going over there. And so I want to say I can see both sides. From a business standpoint, I can understand why the cruise lines don't want to let everybody cancel, because these cruises are sailing so close to when they had to make the change. I feel like I'd like to hear what you all think. I feel like things have been heating up in the Red Sea, but I think we were all hopeful that things would get better, and they haven't, and they have taken really very much a turn for the worse in recent days. And so I understand why they had to make these itinerary changes. But my heart truly goes out to Let's Go family members who are booked on these. They are spending an awful lot of money and not going where they want to go. I often talk about packing your patience and trying to find the good in the bad. And that's, the thing of there is always a silver lining. The things that come to my mind, and I hope everybody doesn't turn me off now, keep listening. I really feel like some days that Gordon and I have been places, or I've just been by myself, and I've gone to places that were not even on my list. I was not even excited to visit there, have turned out to either be places I completely loved getting to visit, met people that I would have never gotten to meet otherwise, and created memories that I will treasure always. So kind of look at things that way. Look for what the good is. And it's so much easier to look for what the bad is, and I apologize that I don't have anything better for you than that. I looked in wondering if it's going to be hard to get reimbursed for your insurance when there is just an itinerary change, and I think that is a really hard one to submit a claim for and get your money back on a cruise if you want to cancel anyway. I don't think that will work. If any of you have ever done that, let me know what you think. Alrighty, I think that in the least, if you cancel for a reason that's not covered, you're going to get future cruise credit back. And I think that's just kind of where we stand today. So let me know what you think about it. I hope that there are some places that you'll be going instead that you will really enjoy. I'm really anxious to hear updates from people who are on the Island Princess right now, from people who are on the Zeterdom. I don't know that we've got any Let's Go family members on the Zeterdom, but I know that we do on the Island Princess. So let us know what the feeling is on board, how things are going. And I am sure that our Let's Go family members will do their best to help everybody be cheerful about where they're going and look for the good. You guys are amazing, and you amaze me all of the time. So I wanted to let you know that I'm really sorry you're not going where you thought you were going to go, though. Now, let's talk for just a minute about the Bahamas. As many of us have seen by now, the Bahamas is on the State Department's list. Their travel warning, the travel alert that they have got to travel there, has now been raised to level 2. And the reason is because they have had so many murders already, just this far into 2024. So when we think of traveling to the Bahamas, there's a few things that the State Department points out. They talk about making sure that you have the embassy information with you when you travel in the Bahamas. They also talk about enrolling in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program with the State Department. That lets the State Department know that you're in the Bahamas when you're going to be there, so that if anything comes up, they know where you are. Another thing that I think is really important to think of as with this warning, they highlighted some areas that you shouldn't go to when you're in the Bahamas, especially in the dark. So if you are going to be traveling in the Bahamas there and you're going to stay overnight or be there, make sure that you read through the warning that the State Department, or the alert that the State Department has posted, okay? Another thing that I would think for our cruise travelers, let me know what you think. I know a lot of you go to the Bahamas a lot more than we do, but as I've thought about the times that we've been there, I think I've been to the Bahamas 5 or 6 times now. They every time that I have been there, that we have wanted to go very far afield, we have booked an excursion with the ship. But we have gotten off the ship before there in Nassau and just walked around and seen the little town area there and everything. And so when you really think about where you're going to go, I would submit that you should either book a tour with the cruise line or through a very reputable tour company before you get there. make sure that you're just not going off by yourself in a taxi very far at all. I think that wisdom would dictate that you should go with a group. Let me know what other good suggestions all of you who have been there have for anyone. The other thing that I think is really important, and this really stands out, the State Department went out of their way to include in their release about this. It says, commercial recreational watercraft and water tours are not may not be properly regulated. They said that a lot of people who operate the excursions that have those watercraft there do not have any safety certification. And that brought to my mind, remember, it's been a couple of months ago now, but that lady passed away when she was on a Royal Caribbean excursion that was on that boat that sunk. And clearly, everyone who was on that reported anything said that the crew did not know what to do. And yeah, so make sure when you are considering what you're going to do on a boat there in the Bahamas that you know who you're with and that they are properly certified and everything is safe. Let me know if you've got anything else to add to that. Today's been a hard video because I am sorry that people don't get to go where they thought they were going to go. On the silver lining is you get to go to places you never imagined you would probably get to go. So I look forward to hearing from all of you. I look forward to seeing you here again tomorrow. And I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.